Shall we just get into the main topic? Sonic 3.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Sonic 3,
Sonic 3.
dude. Did you watch the first two films before jumping into Sonic 3?
So before I watched Sonic 3, I did watch the first two. I watched the first movie years ago in the cinemas before the whole lockdown happened, which was unfortunate. But yeah, I managed to see it just before everything shut down, and I didn't like it when I first saw it. I was so bored watching it the first time. I thought Jim Carrey was at least decent, but it just felt very it had that.
Didn't feel like a Sonic film, even though it was had Sonic in it.
It felt like a 2006 movie, you know those kids films from the mid 2000s. It had that style,
Yes,
like
very,
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah,
it had that
very
type of
campy
vibe
in a way.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of what put me off, because I mean, something like Sonic Underground, the animated show from the 90s, or the Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM shows, felt a little bit more mature than this one. So I was a bit like, ugh. And they were like on Tiny Pop, and they felt way more, mature than what this movie was. So I was a bit let down. But I did rewatch it this year, and I must say, my opinion's changed. I actually like it quite a bit more this time round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's still not that great, and I think it is the worst out of the three, but there were little things that I did like about it. I did like the whole Tom and Sonic buddy relationship. It reminded me of Chris Thorndike and Sonic's friendship in the Sonic X anime, so I think that's why I kind of liked it.
The F1 driver.
Oh, you mean not him, the 12-year-old kid.
Not him.
Yeah.
You're comparing James Marsden to the 12-year-old kid.
It's no, basically, because you haven't seen the anime, because in season 3, slight spoiler for season 3, but it's a time skip in season 3, and Chris is a little bit older, and he's kind of, the dynamic is a bit different between Sonic and Chris, and it kind of reminds me of the movie.
Right, okay.
But it's weird because I don't want to spoil it now. Yeah,
I
won't spoil it.
That's
all I'll say.
I will eventually get to Sonic X.
Because it is an interest. It's kind of, it is what it is. But basically, Chris is older, and Sonic, and their friendship is just more mature in that season compared to how you see it in the previous seasons, and it's really good. And I think that's why I liked their bond in the first film. It just felt very nostalgic of me watching Sonic X in 2003. But apart from that, yeah, it's not good. Not a good film, if I'm being honest.
I tried watching Sonic 1.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It was so bad. Sonic 2 is watchable. It's actually an enjoyable film to watch. I don't know. Sonic 1, there's something about it where it was so weird. It doesn't feel like a Sonic product. And Jim Carrey not being Eggman, as what we know him as, it's weird. It was just so weird.
In terms of...
Yeah. It's like Jim Carrey in a suit, in Eggman's suit, but he's not really Eggman. It's just... Yeah, I wasn't really feeling all that.
Yeah, Jim Carrey was playing a dude disguised as a dude, trying to be another dude as Eggman, but he wasn't. It was weird.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I did think the CGI for the creatures were pretty good. Like the owl in the beginning, I was like, damn, that's a pretty well animated owl. Like I think it's Sonic's. What is it, like his orphanage master person? Was he part of an orphanage?
I'm not 100% sure. I saw it as like a step parent.
Oh, okay, I just thought he was like an orphan and he was living with these owls, and I'm probably misremembering it, but okay.
Are they referenced in the games or the anime, that owl?
No, I've never seen that before. I've never seen it. The only person that is kind of similar is in one of the animated shows, Sonic has a mom, and the dynamic between Sonic and the owl is very reminiscent of Sonic, but in that show, he doesn't actually meet his mom, and he has two siblings in the show. And the entire plot of the
Interesting.
show is Sonic, Sonia, and Manic, and the three of them are triplets, and they go on this wild adventure to try and find their mother. Something happened to her; she's gone missing. It's a pretty wild story.
That is actually wild.
Yeah, but sadly, it got cancelled after season 1, and they never found their mom.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like Zuko in the Avatar, just never got to find his mum in the anime. Or the
kind of
cartoon.
sad. Still want a season 2, but yeah, Sonic 1, I give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It's
I
just
do 4 out of 10.
yeah, okay.
The reason I give it a 4 out of 10 is because they waited a year. They delayed the film for an entire year just to get that Sonic design right. And that's where the 4 comes from. But everything else, not a fan.
Yeah, that design was kind of ugh. It's like a
I can only
sickly
just
old man.
imagine what Shadow would have looked like.
Pretty much what that design was, but just black and red, I think. Ugh, not a fan of that.
No.
But yeah, Sonic 2, I actually watched for the first time this year. And
Yeah, yeah.
because I avoided this film like the plague because I hated the first one so much when it first came out. And I was just so
Yeah.
put off by it. But I watched it and I was like, damn, that's actually a pretty good
pretty
film.
good.
That was a pretty good
Yeah.
film. I was
That's
actually
good.
kind of shocked. Yeah. I think the one letdown of the movie was the whole wedding plot. It felt like I was
Yeah.
watching like some sort of Bridezilla the movie. I don't know. Like, you know those middle-aged housewives sort of movies.
It wasn't needed. It's such a random throwaway plot.
I won't lie,
It's
like
weird.
the twist with the guy being an agent did take me by
Cop,
surprise.
Yeah. An agent, yeah.
I was like, whoa, okay. But the whole like plot was just kind of, you know. And I'm gonna be honest. It's probably a little spoiler for my Sonic 3 review, but the best parts of these films are just the Sonic characters and Eggman. I don't really care too much for the
original
humans.
Characters.
Yeah.
I 100% agree.
Because when I was watching Sonic 2 and Knuckles and Sonic are talking and then Tails comes along and they're on the helicopter. Sorry, not helicopter, the plane. And they're making the plan. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of into this. Let's go.
Sonic
Let's go.
Heroes. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes right here.
Why can't it just be about Sonic and the gang just fighting Eggman? Like, I'm guessing they're doing this to like make
I
the parents a little
I
bit
think
more
they've
interested.
realised that. That's why the humans have less screen time.
Yeah.
Well, like the new characters, I should say, have less screen time in the Sonic 3 film.
Oh yeah, a lot less screen time. I thought the fight was pretty good in the second one as well.
Yes, I watched Sonic 2 after the Sonic 3 trailer.
Oh
And
yeah.
there's a shot in Sonic 3 trailer where Shadow grabs Knuckles' wrist and he twists it and it makes that crunch sound.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh, that's interesting. And I didn't realize that was Knuckles. You know, that's his gimmick in the second film because he would squeeze people's knuckles and it would crunch. Like when he gives a handshake, it would crunch.
Mhm.
So that was like a throwback to Sonic 2. And kind of like that. I like Idris Elba's portrayal of Knuckles. It's pretty
It's
good.
very different to any version of Knuckles I've ever heard, but it's still pretty
Yeah,
good.
It's like Drax in a way.
Yeah.
That's how they portrayed him.
It's like this tough dude with... He's quite a simple, tough dude, you know. Simple-minded, tough guy. That's the
Pretty
vibe.
much, yeah.
Tails was also pretty good. It's the same voice actress who does the main
Yeah.
Tails in the show. I think Sonic Boom, the new...
No one, literally no one does it better.
Yeah.
So, you know, just get the real thing.
Yeah, she does a good job doing Tails. Although I did find her voice to be a little bit too anime at times. Like, hey Sonic,
Right,
where are we
because
gonna
it's trying to
go?
be like a real
Yeah.
portrayal,
Yeah, because
and
Knuckles
then
and Sonic sound a bit more grounded in reality, but then you have this
yeah.
cartoon character sounding like this. So it's very anime English dub.
But you know what? I did watch these films with people that don't know what Sonic is, and they loved Sonic 2 and Sonic 3.
Mm.
Funnily enough, they hated Sonic 1, which, because Sonic 1 tried to, like, it was trying to be mainstream, for the mainstream audience, and it just didn't jibe well. But Sonic 2, Sonic 3, they absolutely loved it.
So with that said, I think I'm gonna give Sonic 2. I might give this one an 8 out of 10.
Ooh,
Maybe.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? I would agree.
yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
that's fair.
I think so. Yeah,
And Jim Carrey,
yeah,
he's so funny in that film as well.
yeah. He's one of the better parts of the movie.
Yeah,
Just being Jim Carrey.
100%.
But let's just go into the main topic with Sonic 3.
Go on.
Okay, so of course the main plot is Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles team up together to fight this new Project Shadow creature, Shadow the Hedgehog, and all chaos ensues. It's pretty much the plot. So did you? So you saw this movie quite late, didn't you?
So I did want to watch it in theaters, but it never ended up happening because of like personal stuff happening that happened. But it didn't really take that long to go on digital, so I watched it on Amazon. It was out on Amazon, so that's where I seen it with my family,
So you never saw this in the
and it was
cinemas?
never seen it in the cinemas.
Oh man, I feel like for the
It
action
would have been
scenes
cool.
alone would have been so awesome to see in the cinemas because I watched it twice in the cinemas when it came out on the
Yeah,
same week. Yeah,
that's where you want to watch that film, especially the ending. Like,
yeah,
ooh, that film is amazing.
yeah, oh,
And if you watch it in that experience, but
yeah,
honestly, HD also not that bad.
yeah. HD's not too bad, but like watching it on a big 4K screen, it's a different experience, dude.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So this movie, what do you think of it overall? I'll let
Ah, I
you.
loved it
Yeah.
because when that first trailer dropped, I'm like, whoa, this is nothing like the first two films. Like in terms of like the theme and the vibe you're getting from it. I'm like, okay, can the actual movie deliver on what it's like promising? And it absolutely does. It's shockingly good. Jim Carrey, twice the roles. He even references that himself in the film. I just can't believe they. It's funny. I can't believe he actually drops that line in the film. Like playing two characters in a film.
Yeah.
It was very fourth wall breaking there, but yeah, they delivered on everything. It was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It just completely stumps the other two Sonic films to dust. It's just leaps and bounds better in every way. Like, it has the best story,
Wait.
best character
hmm
development, best visuals.
hmm
Like, what more can you ask? What were we gonna say?
Made by the exact same people from the first two films as well,
Yeah.
which is just it's like not only has Sonic changed in these films, but so have the writers, director, the producers. Like they've all like finally sort of understood what Sonic actually is and what they're creating, which is pretty nice.
The human characters are barely in it, and I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's really Jim Carrey and his little buddy sidekick.
And his granddad, Gerald, the dance sequence. Oh,
Oh my
so
gosh.
good.
Have you been on TikTok recently? It's like a trending meme to
Oh,
do that dance.
the, you know how you said there's spoilers everywhere?
Yeah.
So they were. So the two spoilers I've seen was that dance sequence everywhere. You can't
Yeah.
escape that dance sequence
Yeah.
because that was everywhere.
Yep.
And then there was a shot where Shadow is. It's from the trailer, but he actually does it in Super Shadow form. Is where Shadow like he blocks Sonic's attack,
Oh
and
yeah.
that they screenshot the trailer and like everyone's like, "Yo, keep an eye. Just remember this shot. Remember this sequence. Remember this image."
Yeah.
And that was the only two spoilers that I've seen, and everything else was I didn't see anything else.
So before this movie came out, were you aware of this storyline? This, the Shadow and Maria
I
storyline?
was I was aware of it because, like, when you mentioned Shadow,
Yeah,
Maria is always brought up in it. Same with Gerald.
yeah,
They're always like there with Shadow.
hmm
If you play anything like any PS2 games that involve Shadow,
yeah.
like Sonic Heroes or Sonic 2 or anything like that, they also are mentioned. But I've never gone further than that to where I've actually seen his backstory. So
Okay.
this is my actual first time seeing his backstory.
Because this whole backstory I've seen a million times because of Sonic X. It's literally, I would even say, like
Pardon.
the third half of the movie is pretty much Sonic X. It's Sonic and Shadow, they meet, they fight, and then Shadow is so angry, and then he kind of comes out of his anger, and then the Maria plot line and the backstory, and she dies, and Sonic and Shadow fight, they team up together, and then Shadow dies. It's literally Sonic X, but there are differences. So I wasn't surprised by any of this storyline, but it was
Yeah,
okay. Yeah.
yeah. The I think Sonic X might be based on the Sonic 2 game,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, yeah,
Because when I was watching reactions for Sonic 3, the film,
yeah,
people kept referencing the game instead of the actual anime.
yeah. The game is more
So I,
popular than the anime. It's Sonic Adventure 2, so yeah, it's a lot more
because also
popular.
that music, that
Live and learn.
out of all the music, yeah, they chose that.
Oh yeah,
They chose Live and Learn,
yeah.
and
I
then
was
out
kind of
of
like,
everything
whoa,
else.
they're really going hard with this one. Like, it's really a pretty damn faithful adaptation.
Yeah, because I even tried when Sonic 3 was announced. I even tried going back and playing Sonic 2 on the Xbox. It was hot. The controls were so outdated. I just couldn't do it.
It's
I
from
couldn't do it.
it's from
So I just
2001.
left it.
Yeah, it's an old
Yeah,
game.
very outdated.
I don't
Yeah.
really play
So
games from that era anymore, but
I left it, dude. I just
yeah,
left. I'm glad I did leave it because that ending whole sequence was actually a nice surprise.
yeah. But yeah, the whole Maria stuff was kind of sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen memes as well with Maria,
Oh
like don't
yeah,
applaud when she dies.
yeah.
Yeah, that was yeah.
People are sick. Yeah, Sonic fans are kind of weird. Like, and there's this whole like Sonic and Mufasa like rivalry that was happening because
Oh, I've
this
seen that
movie
as well.
came out
Yeah.
on the same day as Mufasa, and Sonic fans were like, this film is going to beat the crappy Mufasa, no one was going to see it. But ironically, Mufasa has ended up making more money at the box office than Sonic 3 worldwide. So
Which is, have you seen Mufasa?
yeah, I've seen it.
What is better, Sonic or Mufasa?
I think Sonic is a bit more. I think I just enjoy Sonic more, but because I know the storyline of Sonic 3, I think watching Mufasa was like, okay, new story, but you know where things are going to go, it's a prequel. But I would say Sonic 3
Yeah.
is the better movie.
Okay.
There are
I think
things,
okay.
yeah, there are things in Mufasa that I quite like, though. I won't lie. Like Scar becoming the villain, like, I don't know. What they did with that was kind of interesting. But it is just like, what was the point in making that movie? But it ended up making a lot of money.
That's why they made it
Yeah.
for that reason alone.
I think the Lion King IP is just more worldwide. It has a more broad worldwide appeal than Sonic the
Yeah,
Hedgehog.
everyone knows about Lion King.
Because with Sonic, it's like only exclusive to the video gamers and people who are
Yeah.
fans of these
Yeah.
movies. But with Lion
Exactly.
King, casuals can just hop into that film and just, have a good time. And plus, that one song in Mufasa went viral, and
Oh yeah, song about his brother.
yeah, it's a good song though. Good song though. It's everywhere on TikTok. Oh my gosh.
I did see both lines. I didn't know who Scar was, and I don't know who Mufasa was because they looked identical to each other.
Yeah, like that's the problem with this film. The art style is quite bland. It's very, I know it's CGI, but it's very desaturated. It's and I guess they
Because
do want to make it look real, but
yeah, when they go for realism, you lose that art direction, I guess.
yeah, like
Like
when you compare
what
it to
the
the original
cartoons.
Lion King, it's like, oh my gosh, you know.
Hmm. We have gone on a bit of a tangent. Sorry, this is meant to be about Sonic
Yeah,
3,
Sonic 3.
but
I'll be honest,
that
yeah.
just shows how
Hmm.
much love and care went into Sonic 3. To try and
Yeah.
get it right.
Oh yeah.
Whereas Mufasa was a cash grab.
I was gonna say the one aspect about Sonic 3 that I wasn't a big fan of was probably, again, like some of the human
The
scenes.
human element,
I think the
yeah.
scene with Rachel, like, what was Tom's wife called? Maddie, when they disguised themselves as Rachel and her
Yeah.
husband. It was
Yeah.
very,
It's like I was thinking like how are they gonna introduce these two characters back into the film because if they've been in the past two films,
yeah.
like oh okay the disguise okay they can easily disguise themselves as the other two and then yeah
I was not expecting the action scenes to be incredibly Dragon Ball Z-esque, you know. It was very
yes dude
Goku and Vegeta, like Super Saiyan, boom, boom, boom.
and the background and you see the background just keeps like changing with like the speed of the attack.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh my
I
gosh.
did see the comparison to Man of Steel though. I did see that
Oh,
and
did you?
honestly, I don't care. Have you seen it? It was like they were comparing the shot for shot of Sonic 3 with scenes from Man of Steel, and it looks like it's a. I can't lie, it looks copied and paste.
Oh, does it? Mm.
Yeah,
I don't think
but
I've seen that one.
Sonic?
I'll have to find it and show you
Okay.
if I find it again.
I like a lot of like the coloring, and there's a shot where they're on this. Where are they? Like they're in the desert. Like there's this one
Yep.
particular shot that looks beautiful, like with all these stone pillars like surrounding them. It's car. It felt very cinematic.
I loved that they showcase the power and speed that these two characters have.
Oh
And
yeah,
there's a way better way. I just because like two speedsters fighting each other, that's pretty difficult to do, especially in CGI. And no, they kept up with that. You can actually see what Shadow was doing to Sonic in that opening like fist fight.
oh yeah.
It was brutal. It looked so cool as well.
God, this one fight scene is already blowing up on YouTube. In 10 days, it has over 60 million views. It's damn.
Yeah, yeah. I did Keanu Reeves as Shadow as well. Out of the park.
Oh yeah, I know people wanted Hayden Christian to be Shadow, but I think Keanu Reeves did a good job.
No, that would not work. Nah,
Yeah,
I don't see that working at
yeah.
all. Love the guy. I just nah.
They wanted that edgy Anakin Skywalker within Shadow, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad it didn't do
Yeah.
that.
I think in terms of ratings, I probably would give this a 9.5 out of 10, only because whenever I think it was the live and learn scene, it was too short in my opinion. Like they played it, I
Yeah.
was getting hype, and then you have a shot of Jim Carrey getting spanked by Dr. Robotnik. It was like, oh my gosh.
That's that one thing I didn't like.
Yeah.
They kept switching back and forth between Robotnik and Sonic and Shadow.
Yeah, I think
I didn't.
because
There's two different fights, and I didn't like that.
because right now I'm seeing this YouTube clip of the whole fight, and I feel like it's better paced when it's just the whole fight sequence alone, you know, compared to how the movie was edited.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's probably
And it was
my
very.
my
You have
gripe.
like a very super serious fight happening elsewhere, and then you zoom into the Robotniks having like claw hands.
Yeah,
Mantis hands is very weird.
Yeah.
It's funny but weird.
yeah. I wasn't really feeling that. So that's why it kind of knocks a point out of me, you know. It could have been perfect, but it's just I can't give it that.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
would you give it?
It's I would honestly give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay, well, that's pretty good.
I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Pretty good. It's easily the best Sonic film in the
By
series.
far, I don't know how you're gonna top this. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. I think it's literally this is the highest point, and it's gonna go downhill from here. I don't know how you're gonna top this.
So I'm just laughing at this one YouTube title for the Sonic fight: Super Saiyan Sonic versus Ultra Instinct Shadow.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's
Yeah,
pretty much it, you know.
it
I
is.
just love the shot of Sonic punching him and he blocks the punch. It just looks very Dragon Ball Z, you know.
It's yeah. That's what I'm like. How did the Dragon Ball Evolution drop the ball so hard in Dragon Ball Z franchise? You know,
Yeah.
I don't. It's sad. But if there ever was a Dragon Ball live action film, you're gonna have to look at this fight sequence between Sonic and Shadow, and that's the only way you're gonna have to do it.
Oh yeah. So I'm just reading the comments on this video. Okay, that was pretty good. But I don't. How would you rank this movie out of all the movies you've seen this year? And what other films you've seen this year that you've seen?
Yeah. Okay. Good. Amazing question.
Yeah.
Amazing question. Even
That's
though
like-
Sonic is a 9 out of 10, it is not the best film I've seen this year.
Okay.
My best film of
Oh,
this year.
before you do that, what is your top
Okay.
10 movies or top 5? Like, if you can't think of a top 10,
Okay.
what would you say your top 5
Okay,
is?
what have I seen this year? 'Cause I've not
So-
seen a lot of films, to be honest with you,
Okay.
this year.
Yeah.
I've seen anime. Okay, I'll do this. Everything I've seen, like TV shows.
Okay, that's actually
movies,
pretty good,
anime.
actually.
I'll do
you know.
that.
I might do that as well.
I'll
But
do
I
that,
think
'cause
my list,
there isn't a lot of movies.
my list might
I've
be
seen.
really full. I think I'll do 2 separate, one for movies and one for anime.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, and then I'll combine it all. Just
Yeah,
to
you
match
can combine.
yours.
Okay. So let me get my words pad up. So
Can we include films we've seen this year for the first time?
Oh,
even
yeah.
though it's
yeah, that's
released?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. But if I do, I might have to do that. I might have to do that as a separate list because, yeah. All right. So yeah. Okay. Let me do my. Give me a minute. Let me just
Absolutely.
quickly, because I've seen some films that I haven't seen in years, which are like mind blowing. Because some of these films that I've seen came out like 20 years ago, and I rewatched them in the
Oh, yeah.
cinemas, and wow, I have a better appreciation for them, which is great. Okay, let me just do that. Okay. What else have I seen? Oh crap. I forgot I watched Astro Boy, the movie. That was sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's an old film. That is.
from 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I got my list. Right, so I've got 3 separate lists. The list of movies I've seen already but rewatched this year, a list for movies I've seen in 2024, and my top anime list of 2024.
Okay.
So
I'll go first.
You go first,
Because I
yeah.
don't have an extensive list than yours. I don't even know if I don't. I'm gonna name them from the top of my head because I don't actually have a list prepared.
yeah, go from bottom to
But-
top. Yeah,
I'll go from bottom from top. I'll put Heretic at the bottom.
Heretic. Oh,
It
okay.
It started good,
Yeah,
and then it went downhill. It went downhill.
it was kind of trippy towards the end with those ghouls locked up in that cellar.
That's where it went downhill.
I
for
was
me.
like, whoa.
I didn't like it. I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was.
Yeah.
The way the trailer was portrayed, it was like there was like some maze that the two characters would have to like navigate through. No,
Oh, yeah.
they're just down the stairs and that's it.
Yeah,
Down the basement and that is it.
I still was quite
Um,
entertained by the whole thing.
It was entertaining to be fair,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna have it at the bottom of my list.
Okay.
Above that, actually, it's not above it. I will put it side by side because I
Yeah.
didn't like this film either.
Okay.
It's that horror film with the clown. I can't remember his name.
It.
Art the Clown is his name.
Art the
Um,
Clown.
Art the Clown, yeah.
Oh, Terrifier.
Terrifier 3 is what I seen as
Oh,
well.
people are freaking out in the cinemas on TikTok.
It's meh. It's meh. I think the second film is better
Is it?
than the third film.
Oh
It's meh.
gosh. His design looks kind of weird.
He is it's a very gory film. But the writing was meh.
He looks like the
All it
penguin.
is shock value.
He
It's
looks
just
like
shock
yeah.
value. That is.
Oh my gosh.
Next is TV show Squid Games 2.
I still
I
have
thought that
not
was really
seen
good.
this. I still haven't seen this show. I saw episode 1 years ago and I just never finished it.
So, did you watch it in English or in
I
Korean?
watched it in Korean when I first saw it.
Korean, okay. Do you know what's crazy about Squid Games 2?
What's
A
that?
lot of people watch it in English, which is mind blowing.
Huh.
And if you watch it in English, it's like a comedy show when you watch it. It's so bad.
I don't understand why you would. I understand why you would watch in English for an anime because it's an animation, but when you watch English for a live action, it's kind of weird because they're real people talking.
It's FOMO. I think it's
Yeah.
just FOMO because everyone's talking about it and you're not. So you might as well just watch it in English and see what the fuss is about because you don't want to be felt left out. And
That's
that's why they watch
weird.
it in English.
Okay.
It's very dumb, very dumb.
Squid
Next
Game was
on that
quite
list,
popular.
oh yeah,
It was
very popular.
It broke records
Yeah.
on Netflix apparently. Like I
What?
was like, well,
Yep.
damn.
It's very season 2. I don't know how, but they surpassed season 1 by a long shot, and it's so much better. That first episode, amazing,
Oh wow.
and that set the tone for the entire episodes going through. I didn't know because there's like a 2-3 year wait for like season 2.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing.
And apparently the
It's
final
incredible.
season is coming out in the summer, which is pretty hype.
Yep,
So I might
it's.
just wait until
They
then.
could have easily done like season 2, part 2, or something like that. No, it's
Yeah.
an entire new season. Have it. So that's cool. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Next, I'm gonna put June Part 1.
Oh, you saw Dune Part 1.
I saw June Part 1. I think that's the only film I've seen that was not in this year.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, or or 2024. I
Oh
should
yeah.
say. June Part 1 was amazing because I watched the other second film that I've watched not in part of this 2024
Yeah.
list is June 1984, whatever it was,
Wow,
one
the
from
old
David
one.
Lynch, the old one, because I watched that first before watching June 1 from
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
June?
Dune Part 1 is a remake of this. So how did you
It's
find
interesting.
it? Yeah.
So I'll talk about the old one first. The first hour is amazing. The
Okay.
first hour is amazing of this 1984 one, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Then afterwards it goes downhill,
Oh no.
downhill really bad.
Uh,
The CGI effect. Do you know how they have the shield around their body?
yeah.
It's done so poorly. They've done the
Ah.
best they can with the CGI they had at that time, and it's awful because you can't see anything.
Oh dear.
You see like giant red polygons above the characters. It's awful, very awful.
That does not sound good. Oh my gosh.
But the main character, amazing.
Yeah, he looks pretty cool.
That's charisma. That's aura right there. That he had the thing that June, like the main character. What's his name
Paul
again?
Atreides.
Paul Atreides. That's what you need from a Paul. So going into like June Part 1, that guy's name, I forgot his name now. The guy who plays Paul Atreides in the new one.
Okay.
Timothy Chalamet.
Oh yeah. Oh Timothy.
like-
yeah.
Timothy, he had a lot to like live up to because that's not an easy role to do. And you know what? Surprisingly, he surpassed it. He was really good.
Apparently, he's a big fan of the Beyblades. I think there was a press photo shoot, and he was holding one. People were going
Timothy
nuts.
Chalamet is just that dude.
Yeah.
That's like us, to be honest. He's
Yeah.
not. Because he even had a YouTube channel where he modded Xbox 360 controllers as well. I don't know if you knew that.
I think I saw something like that online. Yeah.
So he literally had our backgrounds. So
Okay.
he wasn't brought forward with like a silver spoon in that Hollywood industry or whatnot. So he still has those like, he grew up in the 90s. He knows the Beyblades,
Oh yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, video games, etc., etc. So there's that. And yeah, he nails out the park as Paul Atreides.
Yeah, he's a pretty
He,
good bull. Yeah.
and the story is so good as well. But I will say the pacing was boring.
Oh, and part one.
It was slow.
Yeah, part
Part
one
one
is a
pacing,
very slow. Yeah.
rough, very rough. So that's there. I think I'm getting close towards the end. I think I've got two more now. No, three more stuff. So after that,
Yep.
I'd put Sonic 3.
Sonic 3.
So after that is Sonic 3.
Okay.
Number 2
Number
is
2.
an anime.
Okay.
Dan da dan da dan. Dan da dan.
Dan. Oh,
Dan,
you saw this.
Dan
Okay.
da dan. Yeah. Dan.
Nice.
The opening is amazing.
Dude.
First episode.
Wow.
What the fuck am I looking at? What is going on? Aliens. What is going on in that game? What are they doing to her? They want her banana? What?
Yeah, I thought they went a bit too far with that. It was like, they could never make this in the West, like,
Yeah.
people would be cancelled. But because it's
And
Japan.
surprisingly, yeah,
okay.
surprisingly, that first episode wasn't the worst it was going to get.
Oh
Because there was
no,
more
episode
shocking, weird
9.
scenes that will come. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. A lot of nosebleeds watching that. Yeah, just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe what they're doing. And the age as well is weird.
Yeah, the whole age was just
Very
oh my
weird.
bonkers.
But
Oh,
the story so far, what's going on, amazing.
oh yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. I'll save my opinions
like
for
a-
later. Yeah.
I'm watching. It's like watching, like art, live action, not live action, but animated, like art moving. Like
Yeah.
that's how visually beautiful.
There's
like,
a lot of
everything
very interesting
looks.
shots, particularly episode 4 when they're running away from the Turbo Granny. There's a lot of these very dynamic camera. Well, it's not a real camera, it's like the animated camera,
Yes,
where the
yeah.
characters get
I
distorted
understand you.
when they're like running around. It looks really nice.
It's all beautiful.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
it's all amazing.
Yeah.
Number
think-
1, top of the list. June Part 2.
Oh, you finally saw that one.
June Part 2. I think June Part 2 is my favorite film of all.
Damn.
Finally surpassing my original favorite film of all time, which was Dumb and Dumber. So bad.
Really? Okay,
But-
that's interesting. I didn't
But
expect that.
June 2, wow.
Wow.
No film has ever given me chills as Dune 2, sorry.
Did you see this in IMAX?
The ending? No.
Oh,
I watched this
no.
way after it was released.
Oh,
way,
dude, you
I
need to
was
see this
even
in
in the
IMAX.
June bubble. I was not even in like the talking like when people talk about June at that time. I didn't know what it was, ignored it, or just whatever. And then after this hiatus, I'm like, do you know what? When we start doing this podcast again, let's talk about June 2 because I haven't seen June, so that's a good one to talk about. So I watched the original June, then I binged it all in one sitting. I watched the original, then I watched June Part 1, then I watched June Part 2. Dude, the chills I got when he said the word, send them to heaven. What?
Oh my gosh.
Crazy stuff. It's insane. Lisan Al-Gaib.
Oh, what's the
Lisan
one
Al-Gaib.
guy who's like his sort of sidekick? The man.
The hype man.
Yeah, the hype man.
The
He
hype
was
man.
so funny. And every line he had in the cinemas, people were cracking up. Like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Oh, he's humble. See?
Yeah.
Lisan Al-Gaib's humble.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
amazing.
Oh, that dude's funny. I think he's one of the funniest characters of the whole year in any movie.
Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
It's
There was the
just-
scene with the Elvis guy, the Austin Butler's character. Because he played Elvis
yes, the
in a
bold
movie.
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, he was good as well.
I was talking about the entire
then-
visuals, like the whole black and white.
Oh, it's insane. I love that.
That's why I was like, oh, you need to see this in IMAX, dude. It would have blown your mind. You
Yeah.
would have. I think if you saw this in IMAX, you would have loved it even more. Like
If they re-release it, I think they might, because
they
you're seeing a
might.
lot of films being re-released. If they
Yeah,
do it, I'm down for IMAX. I'm down
you
to watch
have
that in
to.
IMAX.
It's like if there is any movie to see in IMAX, it's this one. Like you can see any movie at home, but my gosh, dude, you need, and also probably Lord of the Rings, but Dune is without a doubt
June is up there, yeah.
is up there.
It's so sad that this film got snubbed at the Oscars.
Oh,
It's
Denny
only got
Dennis, he didn't get the best
Denny Levy. Yeah,
director. I was mad about it.
yeah.
I was like, oh, he's like the best director of the year, I think, in terms of live action.
His filmography is stunning. I love every single film he's made so
Oh
far.
yeah. Oh, what's the guy? Austin Butler's is his uncle or dad?
Yeah,
His
the floating
he's
dude.
creepy. He gives me.
He's good.
And
He's very good.
again, if you saw this in IMAX, the sound it has this like surround. It's very surroundy. I don't know how to explain it,
Yeah.
but you're almost like you're in the room with him. It's kind of creepy. It's
Oh, it's good. I
yeah.
couldn't even imagine the sand
It's so
riding
loud.
stuff was
It's
going on.
so loud in the cinemas, dude. And the great part is that it's like a full frame. It's 16:9, so you really get to see everything. Oh gosh,
There was a shot that was actually done for real. I think there was like an eclipse happening,
yeah.
and apparently that was like a real life eclipse, and then they just filmed it,
Oh yeah. I was gonna
and
say,
that wasn't
what
CGI.
was the aspect ratio like for you when you watched it at home?
It was on Amazon. I legit bought the film on Amazon to
And
to watch it.
okay, so what was the ratio like?
I'm
16
gonna.
by
I
9,
think
21:9.
I'm not. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Yeah.
Because it was a while ago. I think I watched that film back in. I want to say October,
Yeah.
November.
Because when the first
It's
Dune
been.
came out on Blu-ray, people were quite mad because I think on streaming it was only the 21:9 ratio and not the full IMAX ratio that you saw in the cinemas. So I'm not too sure which
Uh,
one you saw.
where is it?
Yeah.
How do I see my film lists? Prime Video list.
I just type in Amazon Prime list onto Google and it should come up.
Prime Video June 2. Watch now. I actually can't tell.
Okay. If it has black bars,
yeah, it has black bars. Yeah, sorry, it
okay.
has black bars
So if it
above and
has,
below.
okay, so that means
19.
you're watching the 21:9 ratio and not the full
Oh,
IMAX.
21:9.
Yeah, because
Ah,
that's
okay.
yeah, it's kind of. They could do a whole topic on aspect ratio, but that could be for another day. But essentially, the black movies. So when you watch a TV show, it's 16. So back in the old days, you would watch a soap opera or a TV show on 4:3, and it was a square ratio. So it would have that box sort of picture, and then
Yes,
they
yeah.
sort of stretched it out to be 16:9 for like modern TVs. But when you go to the cinemas, most movies are shot in 21:9, and the reason why the black bars are there is because the screen is so long that they can't fit it on the screen,
Yeah.
so they have to have those bars. But then there's IMAX ratio, which is it goes beyond that.
Feels
It's like
the entire
it's
thing.
beyond 21:9, and you see more beyond the black bars, and I think it's more immersive if you see this in the cinemas. But it's not too bad. I think that's like
Has
the.
Blu-ray? Is there like IMAX Blu-ray, or is that not a
I
thing
think
yet?
maybe you can get the Blu-ray, and I think you could probably see the full. Let me just double check. Is Dune Part 2 full IMAX ratio on Blu-ray? It says no. The Blu-ray release for Dune Part 2 does not have the full IMAX aspect ratio. The Blu-ray release has the standard aspect ratio, which is the 21:9.
Damn, that sucks. That does
Okay.
suck.
Damn. Yeah, you have. Yeah, I'll send you this image of what I mean. It has a side-by-side comparison. Let
Have
me
you
see.
heard of a TV show called My Name Is Earl?
Never heard that one before.
So when you talked about the black boxes,
Yeah.
like standard definition to high definition. So My Name is Earl was on standard definition, and then when they upgraded to high definition, not a lot of people were watching, like had TVs that had high definition. So they
Okay.
had Easter eggs that people who had high definition people could see because it wasn't the box screen no more. It was like the wide screens.
Yeah.
So even though people who are watching it on a standard different definition, you're gonna miss some stuff
Yeah.
on like the left side or the right side of your screen
Yeah.
because it's a box, whatnot. If you watch the high definition versions, there was like jokes made for
Yep.
people who only
Yeah.
had high definition.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The Simpsons is the biggest example for this. So the first 9 seasons for The Simpsons, no, the first 15 actually were shot in 4:3, the box aspect ratio, because that's what TVs were like in the old days, in the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
But then in the 2009, they switched to HD. So they made it the 16:9 ratio, which is basically any screen you have in your home is 16:9, essentially. But in those early days, what would happen is that they would stretch the old 4:3 ratio and fill it up. So you would end up missing a lot of the scenes out, you know. That's why the black bars are important, because you are guaranteed to see the whole picture. But for Dune's case, it's a little bit different. It's a special case for Dune, you know.
Makes sense.
I
Yeah,
might make
it does.
I might make a
Um,
video on this, you know, like
do it.
yeah.
Has Blu-ray ever catched up with IMAX? Is there
Oh
ever,
yeah,
like,
The
it,
Dark
like,
Knight is probably the best example. Like I think The Dark Knight Rises,
okay.
that has the aspect ratio for some scenes. Basically, any Christopher Nolan movie is like guaranteed
okay.
IMAX ratio. Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
But yeah, Dune Part 2, it doesn't really matter because it's still a widescreen, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. 21:9 is
It did,
still
my
it's still
experience
wide.
hasn't shifted.
Yeah, it's still wide.
It was still good enough to where I'm actually saying this is my favorite film of all time now,
Yeah. Okay, that's good to hear. Oh, what did you think of the plot twist with Paul and his mother being related to the other guys?
Random. Very random.
Yeah.
Very out of left field.
Hmm.
I don't think it was necessary. What did it serve doing that? Oh, I guess he got to call the bold dude his cousin in the fight scene.
Yeah. It basically just
That was
made
it?
him more aggressive in the fight because he kind
Oh
of
no,
accepted.
it did change him. It did
made
because
him-
he was like,
yeah.
okay, we're gonna use their tactics. Is what
Yeah.
he said.
Yeah, that's essentially it.
We're gonna act like them,
Yeah, because before
and that's
he
why
was,
he's like,
yeah,
yeah.
he was following Zendaya
dude.
and trying to be a bit more noble and to like his father. But
Yeah.
when he found out about him being related to those villains, he was like, okay, let's be a bit more aggressive. Let's do what we have to do, essentially. So yeah, and he had the final fight, and Doom Part 3 should come out soon, I hope. I'm looking forward to that one. It's going to be called Doom Messiah. And
Doom
apparently
Messiah.
things get crazy in that one, based on the books.
After this film, I did do some digging, and
Okay.
I have seen like I know where the direction is going, and I know what's going to be happening in these stories, and yeah, I understand why this will be the last film of this trilogy and not going to be going forward. If they do go forward, it's going to be a different director.
Yeah.
Because Louis, whatever his name is, the director, he's like, nah, we're doing 3 and that's it.
Yeah.
Because how do you even make the crap that comes after that? You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know they cut some scenes out from Doom Part 2, like this is, but I don't know. There's rumors saying that those scenes will be in the new one. So I don't want to reveal, what they could be. So we'll save that when it eventually comes out. But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your number one. That's great.
Yeah. Chills, dude. Absolute
Chills.
chills.
I think I'm gonna run through my list quite
We didn't even
quickly.
talk about the music, but it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We'll eventually talk about it again on my list, but so movies that I've
Okay.
seen this year.
Yeah.
So that's list one. So at the bottom, Hunger Games number one. I liked this movie quite a bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I
Oh,
rewatched
did
it.
you first?
No, I
Oh,
rewatched it
okay,
this
okay.
year, and I think
Okay.
it was pretty good actually. I think all the actors are pretty good. None of the actors foam it in. They all take it seriously, which is great. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was a pretty well told story. I know the other movies aren't praised highly enough, but I think people love the first two ones the most.
Were these the Hunger Game films? Were they all made by the same director?
I think. Let me double check.
Because the
So,
first one was actually really good. It was so good. It created its own like video game genre, like the Hunger
yes, you
Games,
you
like
you
a
are
battle
right.
royale mode.
Yeah. So the first one was directed by Gary Ross, and all the
Yeah.
other movies afterwards are directed by Francis Lawrence. So that's why it has a different
Yeah.
feel to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Did you see the new
Ah,
Hunger
okay.
Games movie that came out?
I have not. Do you know what? I haven't even seen Mockingbird 2 or whatever. I've seen like the first two Hunger films,
The
Hunger
Hunger
Game films.
films.
I've not seen. I've not seen the
I saw
what's it called?
Mockingjay Part 2 in the cinemas. I almost fell asleep watching that one. Oh my gosh.
Oh, you almost did what I do.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
It was so boring. The ending was good, but man, it was a slog. They should never have split the movie into two parts. They learned the wrong lessons from Harry Potter, because when that film split the movies up, every movie wanted to do the same,
Yeah, more
and
money, right?
yeah, and doing
That
that,
messed up.
it slowed the pacing, for this final movie. It should have just been a trilogy, but it is what it is.
Ah,
Anyway, next up on my list, The Graduate from 1967. I
The
rewatched this for the
Graduate.
fifth time, I think, in my entire life, and I still love it.
What is this?
It's an old film from the 60s with Dustin Hoffman. It's
Graduate.
it's a pretty iconic movie, like
I've never
Mrs.
heard of this.
Robinson, The Simpsons reference this movie a lot, so if you are a fan of the old seasons of The Simpsons, then there's a lot of references. The,
Maybe it went over my head, but what is this? Give me a
the Graduate
brief.
from 1967 is about this 21-year-old dude who feels quite jaded with his life, He just graduated from college, doesn't know what to do with his life anymore, and he meets Mrs. Robinson, and she's already married to his family, I think his parents' best friend, and he and Mrs. Robinson have an affair, and it's just it's kind of a comedy, a dark comedy essentially, where things don't always go well with this guy, it's a very subdued drama essentially,
Interesting.
yeah. It's mainly a comedy
Oh,
essentially, yeah.
but you must love it a lot to see it for the fifth
Oh yeah,
time.
every time I watch it, I'm so entertained by it. It's just so, it's the dialogue, the back and forth, and that old timey way of talking in movies. It's just very
Fast paced.
yeah, it's very fast essentially. I
Yeah.
just like the energy of the movie. But yeah, that's that.
Okay.
Next up, Mona Lisa Smile, from 2004. Mona Lisa Smile.
Mona Lisa smile.
I think it's about this feminist teacher who teaches a new generation of young women in college, and she tries to get them to understand her ways of being a feminist. Essentially, it's kind of like a soap opera, but better written. Essentially, if you're into
Okay.
first wave feminism and all that, then
No.
it's a movie.
No.
You're not very woke, are you?
No. No.
Oh dear.
You said what? Mona Lisa frowns or something?
No, Mona Lisa smile.
Oh, you're saying something I don't understand.
Mona Lisa smile.
Yeah, yeah. Frowns?
Smile.
Nah, I don't get it.
It's kind of like a play on the Mona Lisa painting.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're into this type of drama, then it's for you. I think it's mainly for the ladies in their mid-20s, you know, who are sort of entering college and leaving it, essentially. It was entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah. What next? Oh, Despicable Me 1 and Despicable Me 2.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I saw these back to back earlier on this year, and I liked the first one. And the second one, I don't really feel like... I'm not feeling it. I saw these movies years ago, and I didn't really like them that much back then. And I still have the same opinion now. They're very Gen Z, essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the kids don't age, you know. They're making new ones, and it's almost been like 15 years, and they still haven't aged the kids, you know.
They
It's
don't
that
want to
sort of...
take that risk.
Yeah. They want to sort of keep the brand alive,
Yeah.
essentially.
They're going with what works and
Yeah.
they're doing it.
Well, the menus are kind of funny, but it's very Gen Z, you know.
Yeah.
But next up, Dune Part 1. You've pretty much spoken most about Part 1. I actually liked the first half of Part 1 quite a bit. You know, all like the political drama and intrigue, you know.
Yeah.
I was very into that. It did remind me of Game of Thrones when they're all just sort of, you know, being
You'd
rich and
get lost
powerful.
easily, like because you're seeing stuff with the Bezuit Genets, or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like you put the hand in the box, like what is going on here? It's so
Yeah.
weird. But because I should have mentioned this, because I watched the 1984 film first, they explain everything. So the 1984 version of the film, what they do is you hear the minds of the characters, you
Okay.
hear what they're thinking,
Hmm.
and that serves as like when they explain stuff like, oh, okay, this is what that person is, this is what that person is, this is what that person is. They explain it all in
So
that film.
essentially, an exposition dump.
Exposition, yeah, they use
Yeah.
that for exposition. So I wouldn't know what is going on if I when I watched part one, if I didn't watch 1984.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
So
lie.
that
I had to rewatch
helps
this
a lot.
movie before Part 2 came out because I didn't really get a lot of the subtle moments, you know, in the
Yeah,
movie. But it's still a good film. I enjoyed it. Next up,
amazing.
every single Dragon Ball Z movie. So
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you have, yeah.
so I feel like apart from the Super movies, I'm not a big fan of the old Z films from the 90s. I did like the Broly movie a lot, and the Piccolo and Gohan film when they're all CGI characters. That was all good, you know. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I struggle to stay awake watching the Z films. It's so weird because when I was watching Z for the first time in 2024, I was very much engrossed in the show. I was so excited to see what was going to happen next, but the movies did not do that for me for some reason, you know. And I think it mainly has to do with the fact that it's not canon, and it's just, you know, a
No, I
special
get
adventure, you know.
Because
But
I remember, but when those films came out, right, no one really knew if they were canon or not. Like
yeah,
with Broly, everyone treated Broly as a canon character, but I think when Super was being made, no, the movies are not canon no more. I think
yeah,
that's what happened. But when you know this information going into watching those films, you know it's not canon. It is what it is.
yeah. Although there was that one, what was the movie? Yeah, it was probably the first Broly movie, was it? Where Vegeta goes to
To
his
his
home
home
world.
planet or something like that.
That was
Yeah.
probably the best one out of the original 90s films. I did
Yeah,
like that one quite a
easily.
bit, but the rest,
Easily, yeah.
I was so, I don't know, they were just very forgettable, you know, essentially.
No, you're right.
Yeah. But I like Dragon Ball Z, regardless. It was a good show. Next up, Beetlejuice 1 by Tim Burton.
Ah,
That was a great one.
yeah.
That was great. I didn't like it the first time I saw it as a kid. I was too scared by the creepy
Oh,
stop motion. But on this watch through, I liked it up quite a bit.
nice.
What else do we have? Kung Fu Panda #1.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know what? That's an instant classic. I can't lie.
Yeah, I saw this
Very
as a
good.
kid in school. They always played this movie in school all the time, all the time. So I I can actually close my eyes and imagine all the scenes playing out
Oh,
by the amount of times
that's
I've
funny.
seen it. It's a classic. It's fun. It's great. I like the backstory with what's his name, Tiger Man, the Shere Khan
Tiger Man?
guy, Shere Khan.
Oh, him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
dude. Kung Fu Panda hasn't done well with villains since that
Oh,
character.
his name is called Tai Long. That's it.
Tai Long.
Yeah.
It's just the villains. Tai Long has just been the best. He's
I
just
like the
been so
whole prison escape scene in that movie where
Yep.
he's just
Yep.
jumping and hopping. Ah, so good. And I like the messaging. You know, Poe's his adopted father telling him about in order to create something special, you have to feel something yourself or something like that. It was like the special
Crack a
ingredient
few
was
eggs.
nothing. Yeah, that was it. The special ingredient, you kind of have to make it yourself. Essentially, it was a good message.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That was a good
yeah,
message.
for kids at the time.
And it doesn't matter what you look like, you can always be
Oh yeah,
the chosen one.
a hero. Yeah, I like that. Next up, Deadpool 1 and 2. I actually like the
Yeah.
second Deadpool a lot more than the first one on this watch through.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I did like this. I like
Okay, okay.
the characters that were in it, like the side characters, a little bit more. I
I
think
was a
because
fan of Russell.
yeah, Russell. Yeah, Russell was a choice.
He was a choice.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was a
he was a
choice.
choice.
But
Oh boy.
maybe because the first one was so heavily involved with Wade's romance with his girlfriend, it felt very cliche. Essentially, you know, it was like, oh, it's the guy who wants to be, you know, more than who he is, and he's afraid that his girl may
Yeah.
reject him because of the way he looks now. I don't know. It felt tired. It's a tired plot line that movies do all the time. But with this,
It needs the Vanessa plotline needs to go. It needs to go. They've done
yeah.
it 3 times now. It
Even in the
needs to
third
go.
one, I was kind of rolling my eyes like, I like the actress. She's in Gotham, the Batman series,
Yeah,
which I liked,
yeah, I
but
remember her. Yeah,
I think she's better than that, in my opinion. But they need to cut her out, dude.
yeah, please.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it was a good film. Good film. Next up, Inside Out 1. Probably one of Pixar's more better movies, in my opinion.
I can't. Yeah, I've watched that film so long ago. I
Okay.
don't. Oh, the clown. There was a clown in it. That's what I
Yeah.
remember as well. There was a
There was a
clown.
clown and there was an elephant thing in Riley's mind. That
Yeah.
imaginary elephant. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Pretty
yes,
sad
yes.
what happened to the elephant. Made all the kids cry in the cinemas. Although I saw this film on a
Definitely.
plane coming back from America.
Oh,
Yeah, years ago, back in 2015.
That's a one way to experience the film.
Yeah, it was kind of trippy actually, because
That was your first time watching it. Oh
yeah,
wow!
it was after the trip from, I think it was Boston and Syracuse, New York. Coming back from there,
Okay.
just saw it on the plane. It was good, very good. I liked it. It was the first time I watched a film on my phone for the first time as well. It was because before then I never watched a movie on my phone. I was always watching films
Yeah,
on the
it's
TV.
weird, right?
I actually kind of liked it. It was kind of cozy watching it on the phone. But yeah, it is kind of weird just watching it on a phone. But
There's a director that hates phones, and you just made him cry now. I don't know which one it was. But he's upset.
yeah. To be fair, I do watch a lot of stuff on my phone these days. You know, it's so convenient,
It is. It is.
especially new phones like the Samsung S24. Like,
It's literally part of life now.
yeah,
You know, it's like breathing. You need your phone with you.
yeah. But Inside Out 1, pretty good film. Next up on the list, we have Coraline, the 3D re-release in the cinemas. Yeah. So for Halloween, they re-released this movie in 3D, and I saw it, and it is so good, dude. Like, stop motion as a medium is so underrated. It's so underrated. People need to put respect on the medium of stop motion, dude.
Yeah, that's a film I need to watch as well.
You've never seen
Coraline.
it? Ah,
I've never seen it.
oh man. If you're into
But I think
creepy stop motion
yeah,
films,
we have spoken about it before. About she goes into like a different world with she
yeah,
has like different parents. They
yeah.
look the same, but it's not them. Yeah, I think I would love that
That's the
film.
type of
I've
movie.
seen it.
Yeah, you need to see that. Like, yeah, it's a good film. Next up, Joker 1. I saw this
Joker
before
1.
Joker Folie à Deux that came out this year.
Does it hold up after watching it again?
What, Joker 1?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, I love it. I love the film. It's probably
fair
one of
enough.
my favorite DC films out of all of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hated it so much.
I know it's very polarizing. Some love it, some hate it. You know, I guess you're the one.
Yeah, there were scenes that didn't make any sense, but
They were all in his head essentially. Like, you know, the scenes with the girl and he was making out with her. At first, you think it's actually happening, but then you realize it was all in his head. And
Oh wait, Joker 2 or Joker 1?
no, we're talking about the first Joker movie.
Oh, wait, who's he imagining? I can't remember this.
The girl in his apartment block. The girl
Why
who
do I not remember this? Why do I not
the first
remember?
Joker movie. You know, the same actress who played Lucky Girl from Deadpool 2? She was the quote unquote love interest.
Wow, I
Yeah.
literally do not remember this plot line.
Oh, in the first
What is
Joker
going
movie. What?
Yeah, I
So,
legit
essentially,
can't remember.
I mean, should I just spoil it for you because you've already seen
Yeah,
it?
go ahead, go ahead.
So
I don't like this one.
essentially,
Go ahead.
there's this girl in his apartment block that he has a crush on, and that's the actress who played Lucky Girl from Deadpool 2. And he falls for her, and she's the only person who seems to accept him for who he is, and they form a romance. But then there's a twist, and all those scenes that you saw of her and him together was all made up. It was all in his head. And when they actually meet for the first time, he actually walks into her apartment uninvited, and she's freaking out. She's like, "Who are you? I've never met you before."
Oh, I
And
do
he
remember
realizes
that.
he realizes, oh,
yes.
I made all this up in my head. It was a good plot twist, dude. It was whoa. You know,
Okay.
he's so messed up in the head. Oh my gosh.
I think I was just more grossed out with seeing characters like Bruce Wayne's dad or him squeezing Bruce Wayne's cheeks for some reason.
Yeah, like when he went to the
There's
Wayne.
some weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because apparently he thought that Bruce Wayne was his brother, but apparently his
Yeah,
mother lied about it.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
I did.
Yeah.
Really dumb. Really dumb.
Yeah. I still like the movie. I gave it a 10 out of 10. If I'm to rank this movie out of all the DC films, number 1 is probably Batman Begins, number 2, The Dark Knight, number 3, The Dark Knight Rises, and number 4, Joker number 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're crazy. Over Dark Knight.
No. It's 4. It's the first Joker movie. That's at number 4. So number 1 is
sorry.
number 1 is Batman Begins,
Oh.
number 2 is Dark Knight, number 3, The Dark Knight
Batman Begins
Rises.
over Dark Knight.
Yeah. It's a better movie in my opinion. It's just
Fair
more
enough.
exciting, yeah. And then number 4
Fair
is
enough.
Joker, the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Next up, Alvin and the Chipmunks meets the Wolfman.
Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the Wolfman.
Yep.
What is this?
It's a
What is this?
direct-to-video film from the 90s where Theodore gets bitten by a werewolf and he ends up being this cool guy in school because before he's a bullied kid, no one
That's
respects
actually
him.
funny.
But then he
What the
gets
fuck?
bitten by a wolf man and his personality changes. He's cool, he's a ladies' man. And then towards the end of the movie, he starts to transform into the wolf man, and there's like a whole like subplot with the teacher, and I think some of the characters are quite suspicious of him, but yeah, it's a whole ordeal, you know.
That's actually funny. I can't lie.
It's a pretty funny movie, actually. You know, it's really funny. A lot of the old chipmunk movies from the 80s and the 90s were kind of funny compared to the CGI ones, in my opinion. You know,
And it happened to Theodore of all people.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny.
yeah.
That's actually good.
It's a short film. It's only like an hour and 12
Oh, what's
minutes.
it called? Alvin and the Chipmunks meet the werewolf.
Alvin and the Chipmunks meets the Wolfman.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
Wolfman.
Yeah.
I love this style of animation.
Yeah. That nice classic
Because
style.
everything now just looks very stiff.
Yeah, it's very Adventure Time, you know, regular show sort of animation style.
Yep. Sad.
Because a lot of the animators who worked on these movies were like ex-Disney animators, and some of them worked on, you know, like, because back in those days, like most of the animation studios were 2D, so that's all you were doing, you know, 2D, 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 you know, no CGI
Yeah,
and all
true.
that.
True.
Which is why,
Yep.
like, a lot of the old films were quite fluid in their movements and all that. But next up, The Exorcist from 1972.
Ooh. You seem. Ooh, yeah.
Have
How
you
do you find it?
This was pretty amazing. I love this film a lot. Oh, 1973. This movie is what all horror movies should be. And essentially, it inspired a lot of horror films after this one. Like all these, you know, paranormal movies where there's a ghost in the house were inspired by this one. It's a 10 out of 10 for
Yeah,
me, you know.
yeah.
It's this old style of Hollywood movie making that isn't apparent in modern movies anymore, you know. There's a lot of like slow scenes where there's no music playing and then something will happen and it's just whoa, you know. It's such an ordinary thing, like someone will drop a plate and it will freak you out. I like the way it's directed, you know. It's great. Although it's quite controversial, you know. Because
Very controversial.
I know the
Very
the
controversial.
preteen girl had some scenes which she was doing, which was, there's a lot
Yeah,
of stuff
yeah,
behind the scenes, you
yeah.
know, with the director talking to her about certain things, which,
That's disgusting.
you know, yeah, yeah, it is what it is, but it's a good film regardless, you know. Have you seen it?
I have not.
I
seen
recommend
but
it.
I have seen scenes from that film.
Yeah,
But
I
I
recommend.
haven't seen. But everyone talks about the scene that you were just talking about, and I understand exactly what you're talking about. And
Yeah.
it's just, yeah, it's just, I can't bring myself to watch it when you hear stuff like that.
Yeah. There's even more
There's a
scenes
film-
in the extended version, apparently.
Oh no.
But it's not like that. It's not creep. It's not like gross out. It's just, you know, spooky
Okay.
horror stuff.
There was a film that's also made in that time frame. I can't. It's. I don't want to spoil the ending. I don't know how to describe it, but there's a married couple live in this apartment. The wife gets ill, and they go to their neighbors next door. They do stuff to try and help her out, but nothing's working. and now the wife is like getting a bit suspicious, thinking these people are doing, even the husband involved, doing it all intentionally to her to make her more ill. I can't remember what it's called, but that
Mm.
film is phenomenal.
Married
Let me just
couple.
Google it because you may have seen it, but I don't. And
Yeah.
because everyone knows the ending of that film because
Okay.
it's so iconic. It's so iconic.
Well, while you find that, I'll keep naming my
Yes.
top
Carry on.
movies.
Carry on.
So
Yes.
next up,
Yes.
The
Yes.
Dark Knight re-release in the cinemas. I saw
Oh
this.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, saw this in the cinemas. Pretty good film. You know, everyone loves this movie. I like the movie. Um, Probably one of the few films where the villain wins. Essentially, you know, he got what he wanted. You know, he made Harvey Dent go mad and all that. Yeah, yeah, good film. Good film.
Good film. Yeah. I love the Joker. It's sad because wasn't the third film meant to have the Joker in it or something like
Yeah,
that?
but you know, Heath Ledger
Yeah. It was.
couldn't. Yeah,
Yeah. Tragedy.
yeah, it was sad. Very iconic movie, you know. Like I remember when it came out, it was everywhere. Oh my gosh. Next up, Batman Begins. Probably my favorite DC film of all time. Like, I just love the origin story of this version of Bruce Wayne. You know, the way they do it, the characters involved.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Like, it's so entertaining. Just great film, great film.
The sequence with his training
Yeah,
was amazing.
absolutely stunning. And you get a brief appearance from Joffrey Baratheon in the movie as well.
Wait, I beg your pardon.
The little kid character in the movie is Joffrey Baratheon.
Oh wait, I think I remember this.
Yeah,
I think I remember this scene. Um, yeah, I just googled it now. Yeah.
yep,
Damn, that's crazy.
yeah,
Is that his starting out gig?
yeah. I think so. Yeah, what a way to start out.
Yeah, that's cool. That's actually cool.
Next up on the list, Box Trolls. Another movie made by the same makers of Coraline. Really good film, you know.
Oh
Really good.
yes. We spoke about this. Yeah,
Yeah,
it does have that
Box
same
Troll.
art style as
Yeah, I like the film a lot. Next up, Halloween 1978, the first one.
well. Amazing.
Absolutely
That
amazing.
film, that opening one shot sequence, amazing.
God, it's so
What
creepy.
a twist as well. What a twist.
Yeah, did not expect it to be the kid. It was the brother of the girl
The brother, yeah,
he killed. Damn.
insane.
I just like the way it looks, you know. I just like old movies from this time period, you know. Like,
It was the start that launched the that type of genre of horror films.
yeah,
Slashers.
the final girl boss
Yeah.
movies, you know, the
Yeah.
slashers. I've never seen the other Halloween movies, but I don't really want to. I like this movie for what it is, you know. Like,
You can watch the remakes that were out recently because those films are direct sequels to the very first film that you just watched.
so strange because you have Halloween 2 and 3 and all that.
Yeah, the timeline is crazy. I can't lie. For a horror film, the timeline is a bit mental.
My gosh. Anyway, next up, Paranorman. Another movie made by Leica, the studio that made Coraline. This movie was shockingly amazing, dude. Like, possibly one of my all-time most recommended film of all time, you know? Like I recommend this film.
Did that film not do well as well?
Paranorman. Let's have a look at the box
Yeah.
office. So Paranorman came out on August the 17th of 2012. Had a budget of 60 million, grossed over 107 million, so it was a big success. It was an okay success, not as, you know, huge as Coraline, but still pretty decent.
Okay.
Let me see how much Coraline made, because that's a
Because
big
what
one.
came out after Paranorman?
So after Paranorman, it was Box Trolls, and then it was Kubo and the Two Strings. by like
Quiver
a
and two strings.
yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Maybe I'll sing some Celts then.
Okay, but yeah, that was a good film, very good film. Next up, the OG Star Wars trilogy that we saw in the cinemas.
Yeah,
It was cool revisiting these movies, you know.
it was cool. It was
The
very
real
nice.
Star Wars. Like, this is what it used to be, you know.
Straight white men.
Oh dear. No, but this is like, to me, this is what Star Wars is, you know. Luke, Han, Leia
Yeah,
fighting
yeah.
in the Resistance, Darth Vader, all evil, Palpatine. Like,
Yeah.
it was just this simple world, which was great. Next up
I
on,
never
yeah.
realized how Chad of a character Han Solo was.
Oh, I've always known that.
Man,
Yeah.
he was always there for Luke, bro. He was
Yeah.
always there for Luke.
He was a ride or
He was
die.
always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Dude is ride or die, dude. Cool character. That's why he's a fan favorite.
Yeah, easily.
Next up, the prequel trilogy for Star Wars. Before the Revenge of the Sith came out in the cinemas for a re-release, I watched the other two movies. They're pretty good, you know. I think it's better than how I remember them being, you know. I still think Jar Jar's annoying, but I think they're fine, you know. They're not
I
as...
love the fan theory of Jar Jar Binks being a Sith Lord.
I know, it's hilarious. It could be
wish it
true.
was true.
It could be true.
I wish it's true.
But of course, the best one in this trilogy is the last one, which everyone loves.
Easily, yeah, by
Yeah.
far. It's my favorite Star Wars film of all time.
Well, yeah. It's probably the most visually appealing one out of all of them.
Yep, yep.
And probably the saddest one ever, you know. It's sad seeing Padme cry for Anakin and all that, you know, him going to the dark side.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's that. Next up, Paddington 1 and 2.
What a tone shift.
Gotta lighten the mood up. Paddington 1 and 2. I watched these on BBC iPlayer. They were for free, so that's cool. But they're pretty fun movies, you know. They're fun family adventure films. Like, I understand why they're beloved and loved, you know.
Yeah.
Great films.
Easily.
Next up, Tom and Jerry, the movie from 1992.
Is this the one where they speak?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, on this rewatch, didn't like it that much. The songs were catchy, but man, it's not that good of a film. The plot
You can
is
talk. You can talk. I remember that scene. I don't know
Yeah.
why. That's the only thing that stands out. You can talk.
it's very nostalgic
Oh,
though,
dear.
you know. I watched this
Yeah,
a lot
it
as a
is,
kid, you know. Like the plot is a bit nonsensical, but I've got a soft spot for it. It's like a guilty pleasure. It's a childhood film.
What
you
was
know?
it about? Was it that their house was getting destroyed?
No,
and
so
then they had to, like,
basically,
find a new home?
yeah, the film begins with the house being destroyed. They run and find a new place. They learn to be friends. They meet this orphan girl called Robin, who lives with her aunt, who's very abusive, and she's trying to find her father, who looks like Indiana Jones. And they go
What
on
is
this.
going on in this film?
Then she goes missing after a huge ordeal, and then her name is all over
I
wanted
do
posters.
remember this.
Yeah.
I do remember. What a stupid film.
Yeah. It's a classic. It's a classic. But
It
it's
is a classic,
yeah.
it is.
Next up, My Hero Academia movie 4. You're
Yeah.
next.
Oh, yeah, I completely forgot we watched that. What the
Yeah.
hell?
Movie 4.
Oops. I should have put that on the list.
I'll be honest, I wasn't really feeling the plot. I did like the dynamic between, what was the girl's name? Sophie and the other guy,
The Butler. Yeah.
the butler. That was a good little side story, but it was a filler film with some beautiful animation though.
I
Yeah.
wish there will be an anime movie that doesn't have side characters, new side characters or whatnot that pushes
Yeah.
the plot forward.
Yeah.
Can we just focus on the main characters, please?
I know.
Can we just do that? Is it too
Is
much
it
to ask
much
for?
to ask? Yeah, the movie was just to me, you know. But not the worst one. Not the worst one.
Not the worst one, yeah.
Next up, Moana 1. Probably
I
one
haven't
of
seen it yet.
Disney's better animated films, you know?
All I know it for is The Rock being in it.
Oh, yeah. A lot of catchy songs, you know? And a cool twist ending. I won't reveal it, but yeah, interesting. That's all I'll say.
Fair enough. I have found the name of this horror film as well.
Oh, what's it called?
Rosemary's Baby.
Oh, I've heard of this one.
It's
Rosemary.
amazing. 1968.
1968.
Yes. Amazing. It's phenomenal.
Damn. I
Just
might check
don't
this
look
one
at the
out.
trailer. Just 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 watch it.
Oh, I might check it out. Okay. Cool. Okay, next on the list, it's Sonic 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it, so yeah. Next up, Gladiator 1. Watched it for the first time this year.
I still need to watch Gladiator 1, dude.
It's pretty phenomenal, dude. It's amazing, you know. It's like the best parts of Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings mixed together, you know. It's beautiful.
And it's a what's his name film?
Russell Crowe.
Ridley Scott film.
Yeah, Ridley Scott.
And that.
Yeah.
Because Ridley Scott, he doesn't have like the best writing in his films, right? So that's why
Yeah.
I'm put off by it. But I hear so many good things about the Gladiator, so
Oh,
I
it's
might have to
a
watch it.
great film. It's great.
But you've seen Gladiator 2, right?
I've seen Gladiator 2. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
So where would you put that on the list?
Oh, that's on my 2024 list. That's a separate list.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair enough, fair enough.
Okay, next up, The Dive on Netflix.
The Dive.
Yeah, it's an international movie. It's about two girls who
Okay.
go scuba diving and then one of them gets stuck and the other has to
Oh,
try and
ugh.
rescue her. Yeah.
Oh, God, no,
Yeah.
I hate that. Ugh.
It's kind of, I won't tell you how it ends, but it's very intense. Very intense.
Yeah, the premise alone, it's making me shiver.
Yeah, if you're not into those queasy, intense moments, then it might not be for you. But it was interesting. I like how the majority of the film is just these two characters that you see. There's no other characters in the movie. So it makes it even more kind of creepy, you know? It's like they're the
Yeah.
only ones on this island and it's just them. You know, it's... Ugh. Yeah. Next up, we have Equals.
Equals.
Yeah.
Sounds like a horror film. Is it a horror film?
Kind of. It stars... Who are the actors in it? Kirsten Stewart and Nicholas Hoult and Guy Pearce.
Mary Jane, 007.
Yeah. So what's the movie about? Well, it's two people living in a dystopian post-apocalyptic world where all the people are robots, emotionless workers,
Oh,
and
no,
any
that
sign
does
of
sound like a horror
emotion
film.
is treated as a disease. Yeah.
Yikes. Yikes. Yeah, what is that? What the heck?
Yeah.
I might need to watch this.
Yeah,
What?
it's on BBC iPlayer if you want to see it. And
When did it come out?
oh, it's on Prime. It's on Prime.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can see it on Prime. It came out in 2015.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's very Black Mirror-esque, you know. Yeah,
Okay.
I was entertained by what I saw.
Okay. That's okay. That's
Yeah.
good enough for me.
Okay, next up, Astro Boy. We've talked about this one. Love the film.
Yeah.
Check it out. And finally, on the top of my list is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. This is for yeah.
Ooh.
So I watched the last one in the cinemas, and before that I watched the first two for the first time. This time the extended editions. Possibly one of the best movies of all time, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you know?
extended editions. Yeah.
My gosh, like I love how they expand Faramir and Boromir's characters in these versions, you know, and their dynamic with their father. Like it's really good. It's really good. And that final movie I saw in the cinemas and showcase, it's phenomenal, dude. It's like a 10 out of 10. Right, let's do my list then. So at number 24, Red One with Dwayne The Rock
Red
Johnson.
One.
Yeah.
Ooh. Take out Venom for Transformers 1. Because when
Okay.
you said Red One, I just remembered Transformers 1.
Oh,
I haven't
okay.
seen Transformers 1 yet, but that's in
Okay.
top 5, yeah.
Well, Red One was without a doubt the worst film of the year. This was just a garbage Christmas movie. It was a very Hallmark-esque movie, you know, that you
Yeah.
just put in the background. Yeah, not very good. Number 23, Joker to Folie Deux. Didn't like this movie. Terrible sequel. It ruined the legacy of the first one, in my opinion. Yeah,
You know what, I need to watch it because I might like it. Because I didn't like the first one.
that's true. Yeah. But yeah, just a bad movie. Number 22, Conclave.
What is that? Conclave?
So it's the actor who plays Lord Voldemort in the Harry Potter series, and he's pretty much a pope, I think.
Don't tell me he plays the bad dude because everything he's
No, he
in,
plays
he's
a good
playing the bad
guy.
dude.
He's a good guy in this one.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
It's basically a story to elect the next pope, and there are secrets and investigations and scandals in the movie.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, it was okay,
I
but
like mysteries.
I was a bit bored watching it. You know, I was nodding off. Yeah. Number 21, Gladiator 2. The best part of the movie, the fights. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
I wasn't a fan. It's pretty much a carbon copy of the first one. But worse. I did like the twist with I don't want to reveal it, but go into this.
I'll watch it. And we could do a discussion.
Yeah,
on the
go
first
into this
episode
movie.
if you want.
Don't watch the trailers for this movie. You know.
Oh, it's already late. I've already seen it. But I don't remember anything. I've seen
Okay,
it. I don't
good.
remember anything.
Just make sure to watch them back to back with the first one. You know, that's the best way to watch them.
Okay.
But next up, Beetlejuice 2. Had some interesting moments in. It's cool seeing Michael Keaton back, but it's a letdown.
It wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
Another film with a twist as well, but the film wasn't good. Number 19, Venom 3.
Oh, gee. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's down on the list.
Yeah,
Jeez,
down on the
okay.
list, dude. The first half was pretty crap. The second half was amazing, in my opinion. Like, the ending scenes were really good. Like, great way to end it, in my opinion.
Oh, dude, how am I forgetting X-Men and Wolverine? That came out this year. Oh, dude, my memory is awful. My memory is so bad, dude.
Oh, dear.
Ah, jeez.
Well, number
Sorry, carry on.
number 18 is We Live in Time.
We Live in Time. Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. Florence Pugh.
Pugh. Yeah.
Pretty heartwarming movie, you know. I got
We Live in Time.
I got to see an early screening of this movie back in December, and it was
Oh,
good
how?
with the
that's
CineCard.
sick.
Yeah, some
that's pretty
movies
sick.
they will give you an early screening access to it. So I saw it before most
nice.
people in the country. That was great.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's a good film. Good film, you know. Pretty sad, but good film. Number 17, Craven the Hunter.
Oh, okay, that's interesting that it's above Venom.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think this might be the best of the Sony movies that have ever come out, in my opinion.
Wow, what?
Yeah, I know, plot twist. Out of all the Sony movies, Venom 1, 2, Madam Web, Morbius, this is the best one.
Even Morbius?
Yeah, it's better than Morbius.
I'm joking.
Yeah. I was just more engrossed in the story and the characters, you know. It's just, I feel like they fixed the issues with those other movies that I had. Just a more engaging plot, you know. But I know people hate it. I'm just one of the odd one outs, you know.
I think the main reason people hate it is the lack of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
They don't want to see villain origin.
There's a
Just,
sequence
you know.
of spiders falling down Craven, and people thought it was going to be Spider-Man jumping into action in the Venom
'cause
suit.
Spider-Man is known for fucking shitting spiders out of his ass on bad guys before attacking them. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's not that. It's not that. But no, it's a pretty. I actually I like the story a lot. You know, I was very engrossed. in my opinion. Yeah. Number 16, Moana 2.
Moana 2.
This movie was originally meant to be a TV show, but Disney were like, let's just combine all the episodes and make it into a movie. And
What?
yeah. Yeah, so it was meant to be a 6-part TV show, but Disney were like, nah,
Disney Plus.
let's just trim it down and make it into a film. And we have Moana 2, which is one of the highest grossing movies of the year. It made over $1 billion at the box office. It made so much money. People love Moana.
They do love Moana. Or Dwayne The Rock Johnson if he's back.
Although it's quite controversial, this movie, you know. They're just some racist Karens on TikTok, you know, like they were like, why are there people of color at the end of the movie? I don't understand.
I beg your pardon.
I don't know. It's the whole debacle on TikTok, you know. It's just some Karen complaining about people of color at the end. It's just whatever. Good film, yeah. And also, people didn't like the story of this one. I thought it was good. Not as good as the first one, but pretty good.
It's rare, but most sequels aren't as original as the original.
Yeah, it's pretty much the first one, but reskinned. You know.
Yeah.
Number 15, Paddington 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's a good movie, but it's the worst one in the trilogy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, they replaced the Miss Brown actress with a new woman. It's so distracting. It's not the same actress. It's not the same vibe.
If it's not the same why not just replace her? Replace that character.
Yeah.
Entirely make a new one.
I don't know why they didn't do that. Like, it was distracting. Oh, well. Oh, number 14, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Not even top 10.
Not even top 10. It's cool seeing Hugh Jackman return, and it was nice seeing the buddy duo with Deadpool and Wolverine, but this movie was just so chaotic. There was just so much happening. It was just...
yeah.
I think it was just too much, dude. And it felt kind of messy at times. It not messy, but it just... all the different scenes happening, you know. I wasn't really feeling it, you know. You know, like, I know it's an unpopular opinion, but I wasn't really a fan of this one, you know. I kind of wanted to leave.
This is my favorite out of the 3 Deadpool films.
This is my least favorite. Like, it's probably the worst one, in my opinion. Sorry to say, but I just wasn't feeling it, you know. It just felt like a product, you know, like Disney, you know. It felt like a Disney machine product. Like, let's get Hugh Jackman.
Oh, yeah, like Moana 2, Inside Out, Mufasa, is it?
Well, Moana 2 is below this one, so... And Inside Out 2 is just got a better story, in my opinion.
Where did you put Mufasa?
Oh,
Where did you put Mufasa?
Wait, where did I put Mufasa? Okay, we'll get to that soon, but... Yeah, Deadpool...
You put them both. No.
I'm sorry. Usually I rewatch MCU movies that I like, but haven't even gone back to this one. Haven't thought about it since. I did like the bye scene in the beginning, and I liked seeing Hugh Jackman, and I like the intense moments, but I think what kills it for me, dude, is the jokes, the humor, you know. It's just too many unfunny jokes. Forceful. It's too forceful. Yep. Like, let me spank Wolverine on the butt. Look at me. It feels like a movie. If I was maybe 17, 16 years old, I would have loved this movie, you know. I feel like I'm just a bit past this style of humor, you know.
Yeah.
So, number 14 it goes. Number 13, Mufasa. Yeah, I like Mufasa more than Deadpool and Wolverine. I think for what it was, they did a good job with the story, you know. Like, you know, I know it's a Disney product.
What do you say about my brother?
Yeah, the songs were kind of catchy as well. Like, I don't know.
I was making fun of it.
I was just... I liked it, you know. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either, you know. It was just mid, you know, middle of the road.
Yeah.
You know, and I'll leave it at that. Number 12, Heretic.
Heretica.
Heretic. I think we already talked about this one. It was good. I liked the movie. Very good. I think the first half was kind of slow. That scene when they're talking to the Hugh, what's his name? Huey Louie man?
Hugh.
Hugh Grant. Yeah, the Oompa Loompa
Yeah, that's his
man.
name.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name in the actual film.
The sitting down on the couch
It,
scene was a bit
but
long,
it's okay.
but
We're gonna have to talk about it. What
okay.
was his motive? I don't get. What was his motive?
I think he was after young women, apparently, because you see all those women locked up in the cellar. So, I don't know. I need to really, what
I
was,
don't get it.
what
Because
was,
I think if what I got from it was the director saying religion was bullshit, is the message I got from watching that film. But I didn't know what the plot was about. I don't know what the point was him trapping these people.
oh, I got it. Okay. So in the film Heretic, the primary motive for the antagonist, Mr. Reed, is to exert complete control over people, particularly women, by manipulating their faith and testing the limits of their belief through a twisted psychological experiment, essentially using religion as a tool to achieve dominance rather than genuine spiritual exploration. His true religion is revealed to be control. That's it.
Lame.
Yeah.
There's a film that does a much better job of this.
Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but there's like two main characters.
Okay.
Kind of a minor spoiler.
Okay.
They find a hidden basement and they
Okay.
investigate it,
We investigate. Okay.
and it all goes downhill from there.
Oh dear.
Uh, what was that film called? I need to find it. You would love it,
Anyway,
but I think it does a much better job than Heretic.
okay, fair enough. Well, the next one on the list is number 11, Wallace and Gromit Revenge Roast Fowl. Revenge. Vengeance Most Foul, not Revenge.
Yeah, I seen this. I didn't like it. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
it was okay, but I like the older ones more, in my opinion. I don't know.
The old, yeah, this was too long. Wallace and Gromit needs to stick to 10 minutes,
But
10, 20
they
minutes.
did
They
have that
can't do
one
long form.
feature film though in the cinemas in 2005, the Curse of the Were
I hated
Rabbit.
that.
You hated
I
that?
didn't like it.
Oh
I
no!
hated it. Yeah.
I thought it was
It
okay.
just
Oh no!
when you stretch it out, the jokes get boring.
Yeah, I do see your point there. I do see your point. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But it's cool that they're back on the screen, you know. Anyway, number 10, Buffalo Kids. We're in my top 10 now. So I think we talked about this one sometime in the past. It's just three kids who are orphans. They go on a journey. They try and rescue their fellow orphanage kids and teachers from a group of thieves, essentially. Yeah, it's a pretty it's a decent film for kids, you know. It's the art is pretty nice. The story is well told. I liked it. On the outset, you might think it's like a tiny pop like kid movie, but it has some serious moments in, you know. I like that. Anyway,
Okay.
number 9, The Wild Robot.
Yeah, I've heard you talk about this film.
Yeah, we've talked about it. It's good. Go check it out. Number 8, Dune Part 2.
Wow, that's low.
Yeah, Dune Part 2 was amazing, but the other movies just kind of blew me away a bit more than Dune Part 2. I was just more into the other ones more, you know. But we talked about this one, you know. Great film. Number 7, Transformers 1. I know you haven't seen this one, but I recommend it. Go check it when you've seen it, you know. Go check it out now.
Okay. I hear a lot of chatter about that film.
You think it's going to be crap, but it's amazing. It's the best
You know, a
Transformer
lot of
movie.
people talk. Yeah, everyone has good things to say about it.
It's very good. Very good origin story. Number 6, Inside Out 2.
I thought, that's actually shocking that it's not even in your top 5.
Really? Oh, okay.
Because you had nothing but praises for Inside Out too. Now I'm actually curious about what your top five actually is now.
Yeah, it's just
That's
that
interesting.
I like this movie a lot, but the others, I was more interested in the other ones. Like, I was more blown away by the others, essentially.
Okay.
It was hard to pick, but yeah, Inside Out 2 misses the top five, and it's at number six. Still a great film. It's the highest grossing movie of the year, over $1
Yeah.
billion. So yeah, get your money, Disney. And yeah, good film. So top five. Here we go. Here we go. Number five, Sonic the Hedgehog. Number three.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's in your top five, I'm happy.
Yeah, I like the film a lot. I've seen it twice. We've talked about it. Good film. Number four, War of the Rohirrim, a Lord of the Rings story.
The animated film.
Yeah, the anime film. Yeah.
Wow.
This movie was spectacular, dude. This was so good. Oh my gosh, this was so good, dude. So good.
Interesting. You need to tell me a bit more about it.
Okay, so let's jump into the synopsis of this film. So this movie is a prequel. It's set hundreds of years in the past, 200 years before the main trilogy begins. And it tells the story of the legendary Rohan king, Helm Hammerhand, when the neighboring Dunderlings propose a marriage to his daughter, Hera. Helm unintentionally murders their leader, which starts a war. And that's the synopsis. The
Whoa.
War of the Rohirrim. This movie blew me away, dude. Oh my gosh, it was so
What
good.
was it? Was it the music or?
The music, the storytelling, the voice acting, it was all really great.
Why?
Yeah. The villain was so complicated. He's very morally grey, Some could say he's an incel, essentially, because I don't want to say anything more, but some have said he's kind of an incel with his personality, Like you almost sort of see it the moment you meet him, Yeah. But I recommend this movie,
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good, dude. Very grounded, very gritty, Amazing.
Fair enough.
Number four, we have that was my number four, sorry. Number three, Wicked. The Wizard of Oz spin-off prequel film. Yeah, that came out. Of course, it's super popular. It's another movie that blew me away. I wasn't expecting to like it, but I loved it a lot. Songs were catchy. The story was engaging, It was a good job. Ariana Grande was surprisingly funny in this movie, which shocked me. Like, I was like, whoa, she's entertaining.
Yeah, just ignore all of the previous Nickelodeon shows that she's done.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I never grew up on those ones, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a good film. I watched it twice. Great. Number two, it's Lee from 2024. Starring
Lee.
Kate. No, it's called Lee, not It's Lee. It stars Kate Winslet.
Never heard of this.
You've never heard of it? This movie, damn, it hits on the feels. So basically, this adapts. Wait, no, that's not right.
So
Here we go.
This is top two. This is
My second favorite film. So the movie
Wow.
took eight. Wait, that's not the synopsis. Where's the synopsis? Oh, here we go. So the movie is about Elizabeth, who was a photographer in the Second World War, and she is also a fashion model who became an acclaimed war correspondent for the Vogue magazine. It's based on her true story, essentially, and it's basically her story of her trying to get images of what was happening in the Second World War. It's pretty intense, gritty, and emotional, dude. Like,
You're
damn.
gonna have to disqualify it. It came out in 2023.
Yeah, it did, but it came out in 2024 in the UK.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
September 13th, 2024.
That's weird. Why
Yeah,
not? Why?
because it came out in America in the Toronto Festival in 2023, but it was officially released in the UK in 2024. So, yeah, that it kind of counts as a 2024 film.
Fair enough. That's okay.
But yeah, this movie was kind of heart wrenching. Really good. But number one, what do you think it's going to be?
Drum rolls.
Drum roll. Ooh, it is
I
indeed.
don't know. I literally don't know. I'm trying to think now because, like, clearly not X-Men Wolverine or whatever. his
Yeah.
name was.
So out of all the movies, this movie left my jaw on the ground. I was speechless.
Don't say substance. Don't say substance.
It is the substance.
Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Oh dear.
Have you not seen it?
Yeah, that film is shocking. Yes, I've seen it.
Oh,
Of course
nice.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Okay.
I completely forgot that I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. What a crazy film.
Dude, what a crazy film
What a
this
crazy
was.
film.
Like Black Mirror-esque, my gosh. Like, I think essentially it's so creepy towards the end. I felt so bad
Nasty,
for her.
very body horror-esque.
Yeah. I was just so... I kind of couldn't sleep after watching this film. It was like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Kind of left
Oh,
me...
no.
Because I watched it in the night. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't stop thinking about it. Just, that was
It's
phenomenal.
raw. That film
it was
was very raw, yeah.
Very raw, but it really blew all the movies out of the year for me, Out of all the movies I've
Even
seen.
You might...
Yeah.
Dude, you have to... So I watched Substance
Yeah.
before I watched June 2.
Oh, okay.
So June 2 is pretty fresh on my mind still, to be honest with you.
Oh, fair enough.
But I think I don't know, I want you to rewatch June. Give it another chance.
I've seen it twice.
Oh god.
Yeah. I mean, Dune was originally going to be number 5, but I saw Sonic the Hedgehog and the new Lord of the Rings film, and they bumped it down.
And Mufasa and Inside Out and
No, Mufasa was number 13,
No?
so it wouldn't have affected Dune Part 2.
Oh.
Yeah. If I missed Sonic 3 and Lord of the Rings, I would have had it at number 5.
okay.
But Substance
Yeah.
just... I think it shocked me more than any other movie of the year, because I wasn't expecting it to be what it was, And it's the only movie that has been on my mind since, Like, usually all these other movies that I've seen, I kind of have forgotten about it, but this movie is still fresh in my mind. And I saw it months ago, ages ago. I mean, Sonic
I have
3,
that with,
Sonic
June
3 is
2.
more recent, but to me, but I've already forgotten some of the subplots in Sonic 3. Like, remember the guy who's Jim Carrey's assistant? And I think there was a scene when Eggman and his dad are doing their father-son thing, and he has that sad moment where he throws the coffee in the
Oh
bin.
yeah, that was fun. That
Yeah.
montage is so funny.
I forgot about it until now. So, yeah.
For me, because I watch horror. To be fair, Substance makes sense for you.
Yeah.
Because I watch horror films, it wasn't as impactful.
Oh, fair enough. And that's all good. That's all good.
I did find that film, by the way,
What was it?
that I'd say is a better version of Heretic.
Okay, what's it called?
It's called Barbarian.
Barbarian.
Came out in 2022. Yeah, Barbarian. It actually features the guy who plays it,
Oh,
but he doesn't.
okay.
He's not. Yeah, he's not in makeup or anything. He's not-
Interesting.
So he's actually himself in that film, and
Okay.
a lot of surprises, a lot of interesting twists and turns.
Okay.
Now that I
Interesting.
said that, now there isn't any twists and turns.
Yeah.
Ignore what I said.
Okay,
You
fair
will like
enough.
it a lot. You
Awesome.
will like it a lot.
Awesome. But yeah, that is my number 1 favorite movie of the year. So now it's time for the anime. This one will be a little bit quicker. It's going to be like, I think 5 different shows plus an honorable mention.
Is this 2024 anime, or are you going to include everything you've seen?
Pretty much 2024 anime. Actually, no,
Okay.
everything I've seen. I think that's going to be a bit better. Then it's going to be a
Okay.
bigger list, actually. Yeah.
It is going to be, because we've already done 2 hours podcast.
Yeah. I'll be quick with
So-
it. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'll probably be quick with this one.
I'm
This
hungry.
this
I'm hungry, dude.
Academia and Demon Slayer.
I've not
Okay.
seen. I don't think I've seen that much anime last year.
Okay. One Piece.
2024.
Right, okay, I've got my list right now. So it's really a top 6 essentially.
Okay, let's go.
What are you predicting is going to be my number 1 out of all the
Solo
shit?
leveling. I recently seen that you've watched solo leveling. So solo leveling is on the list easily. Dan
Okay.
the Dan.
Mhm.
Rain.
Mhm.
I hear a lot of talk about Rain. So
Mhm.
you must have seen Rain.
Mhm.
Now what? And these are just specifically
It's pretty much
2024.
2024 animes and any anime I've seen for the first time of this year.
First time with this.
Yeah.
Fucking that guy, the fat dude with the glasses. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, but
You know exactly who I'm talking
that
about.
came out in 2025 actually. Yeah.
Oh.
That don't count.
Kaiju number 8. I love Kaiju number 8. Kaiju
Mm.
number 8 is on that. I do this. I can't believe I forgot. So when I did my list, I was going through the top of my head. I can't believe I forgot about Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
I
That's a
actually
good one.
legit can't believe I forgot about Kaiju because I've watched Dan the Dan recently. I
Yeah.
watched it like 2 weeks ago.
Mhm.
But that's all I can think of.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know what else you could have watched. Oh,
Right.
My Hero anime movie, I guess, but I don't know if you're going to include that.
Well, it's time for my top 8 because that's my 8 anime.
Top 8, okay.
Yeah.
Top 6 to top 8, okay.
Yeah. Right. So at the bottom at number 8, Demon Slayer season 4.
Dude, yeah, forgettable. I
Yeah.
can't lie, it is. It
The
is.
final episode was great, but the entire season sucked so much. It should have been a movie, dude. They stretched it out too long, you know.
I don't know. With the movie, I don't know because there's not enough content in there to be a
Yeah.
movie. That's the only issue.
That's
So I
true.
don't know.
That's true. But the final episode, great. Awesome final episode. But number 7, we
Yeah.
have My Hero Academia, the movie 4.
Okay, so that wasn't okay. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So
So I'm not
we
far
talked
off,
about
okay.
it, but yeah, it had cool visuals, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Okay, number 6, Kaiju number 8.
Kaiju number 8. Yeah.
I haven't seen the final 2 episodes yet, but so far I really...
Why?
I just... oh, there's a reason actually, because I watched it in dub, and the dub got delayed, so I ended up not
what?
finishing it.
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah.
you told me about this.
Yeah.
When did it come out? Has it not come out recently?
I think it came out just recently, so I'm gonna need to like catch up on that. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a good show actually. You know, really good show. Yeah, we've talked about it, but yeah, great. Number 5, My Hero Academia season 7.
How did I remember the damn movie, but not the amazing? Oh no! How do I? Oh
Yeah,
no!
that came out this year, dude.
Dude, oh, I'm sorry, Dan. You're going second. My heroes. That season, of My Hero is taking your place.
Yeah.
Oh my days!
This is without a doubt
How
the
do I
best season.
forget?
Car.
How do I forget?
It's because there was so many good stuff coming out. So much good stuff. Without a doubt, it's the best one. Best one out of all the seasons.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Blew me away with the storytelling and the character closures and all that. Ah, loved it. Number 4, Solo Leveling Season 1.
Oh yeah, very good show. I can't. Yeah, it's very good.
Blew me away, dude. Absolutely blew me away. Didn't expect it to be that good, but it's
not
great.
even. Is it an anime?
It is an anime,
Korean,
yeah.
right?
It's a Korean manga, but it was made by a Japanese
Made
studio.
by Japanese,
Yeah,
right?
so it's-
Okay.
Yeah, and the voice actors are all Japanese, so it's all anime. Yeah, great
That is
show.
actually pretty cool.
Jin Woo
Like
is the
a Korean-
goat.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new episodes for this season?
Dude. I made a mistake of watching it weekly. I'm
Oh,
not
dear.
doing that mistake.
Yeah,
now,
it's-
all right. I'm waiting, dude. I'm waiting.
Dude, The cliffhangers are painful. You will cry
Hey, yeah,
every week.
yeah,
You will cry
dude.
every
The very
week.
first episode
How
of
painful.
season one, the very first episode of season one, I was so angry, and they got me hooked ever since.
Oh,
They got me
dude.
hooked ever since.
I binged the whole season 1 before, because I watched season 1 a week before season 2 aired, so I had the
Yeah.
luxury to binge it all, so I didn't have to, wait a week. I would have been crying.
Oh,
But
dude. Do you know how many episodes there will be in this season?
so I think
They don't tell you.
I think they have confirmed season 2 episode
Because usually they
count.
hush on that.
So it has 13 episodes for this season.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah. But the cliffhanger, oh dude, this cliffhanger that came out on Saturday.
No,
painful.
no. You've already said enough. You've already said enough.
Okay.
You've already said enough. Yeah, here, shush. Shh.
Okay.
All right.
Shh. Yeah.
Shh. Shh.
Yeah, I don't think I can say anything more, to be honest, because you haven't seen season 2. So, have you been spoiled by anything?
Nothing.
Wow,
I'm closed. Okay, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. Oh well. Anytime you see Solo leveling on line, just ignore it.
Close my eyes,
Just skip past it, dude. Let's move on. Number 3, One Piece, the rewatch. So I basically rewatched all of One Piece again this year. Well, last year actually, because it was 2024, and I've been loving it. Getting back into the world of One Piece. It's hype.
You don't read the manga, do you?
No. I might end up reading it soon once I catch up, because they're on a break.
Well.
Yeah, so I might be up to date with that. But so far, it's great. It's awesome. I love the characters, the world building, and also this year the live action season 2 comes out, so that's going to be even better.
Nice.
And hopefully we'll get some news on the Wit Studio remake as well. Maybe a trailer. It's going to be a huge year for One Piece, yeah. Anyway, number 2, Dan the Dan.
Yeah, Dan.
We talked about it. It's phenomenal. Great animation, great story, great characters. Just wow. Episode 7 was so sad though. Like, damn. Wasn't expecting it to be that.
Episode 7.
It's the backstory for the girl.
Yeah, the mother. Yeah.
It was still sad nevertheless, dude.
It was still sad. Yeah, I didn't cry. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't cry.
And then that wild episode 9, that was crazy. Like when the two characters were in that, and they were fighting the demons, underwater, and then the water evaporated, and then they came out in the classroom. And that was weird.
How do you even go back to school at that point? That's just so weird.
That was bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. I didn't like the way the finale ended. It felt like another ordinary episode, though,
What happened in that episode? I don't even remember.
So it ended with the girl in the bathtub, or the spa, and then those men come in to surround her.
Oh, yeah, it was a cliffhanger-ish ending, to be fair. Yeah, because there was like a super-powered demon in the... Okay, I need to get this off my chest. The boy's superpower is trash. Turbo Granny's power. It's so trash, bro.
Well, when he
There's never seen a unique... I've never seen a weak transformation before in my life. Transformations are meant to be powerful.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is so whack right now. Hopefully throughout the future storylines or whatever, I hope he gets a buff. A much needed buff. Because right now... He's weak.
He's weak. Oh no.
Weak, bro.
Oh my gosh.
But I love the opening.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't really have an opinion on his powers. Like.
Yeah, because the show's not revolved around it.
It's not really.
It's not about his powers. Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good show. Nevertheless. Honorable mentions before my number 1 would be Jujutsu Kaisen, the Blu-ray for season 2. Because they sort of went back and remastered the episodes, added some new scenes. It felt like I was watching a new episode of JJK, and it was good.
Classic.
But my number 1, what do you think my number 1 is gonna be?
Don't say Dragon Ball Z.
It's Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it is. It's the best anime I've seen of 2024.
Wow, okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, just wasn't expecting it to have a story and be interesting, you know? I thought it was going to be a mindless
Because
fighting
you
show.
thought, yeah, you thought it was about big sweaty men punching each
Yeah,
other,
that's what I thought. That's why I never
pretty
watched
much.
it, you know? It just seemed very mindless to me, but I was wrong. It's actually really well made.
It's such a goat show, dude.
Although I'm not a fan of the Super series, if I'm being honest. Like, I think the first half of that
Yeah.
series was a bit underwhelming, but it improved towards the tournament. But
Yeah, it was rough. I
yeah,
can't lie, it
it
was
was
rough.
quite rough. But regardless, the main C storyline was amazing. Really good.
Mm,
A part of me kind of wished they ended it at Z, but it is what it is. They need to make more money.
true.
Yeah. But that is my lists. But now, what about the future? What about 2025? What is your top five anticipated things of
My
2025?
One Punch Man season 3 has been
Oh, yeah.
so long since we've seen anything since season 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize this, but season 1, I watched a video by Giguk on this.
Oh, yeah.
Season 1 of One Punch Man was made by very creative animators that got together and were like, "Hey, let's do this passion project, let's animate it." And then it had no plans of doing a season 2 or future seasons, which kind of sucks. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why season 1 was so good.
Also,
Season 2
yeah.
comes out, it's not all that.
Yeah.
It's not all that.
I never even
It
watched
had
season
some really
two.
good, it had some good Garo scenes, but
Okay.
that's it.
Okay.
It after the season 2 ended, there was such a long gap where an anime sequel is meant to come out, but there was no
It
news.
was like
So
five
people just started
years,
reading the manga.
4 years.
Yep, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is Attack on Titan levels, but
Oh
Attack on
my
Titan was
gosh.
actually
I think
good.
it's. I think this might be worse than anything in terms of the wait.
It's
Like,
it's rough.
the last time it came out
But
was July 3rd, 2019. That is insane. That is insane, dude.
yeah,
Oh my
it's not
gosh.
good. But people started reading the manga because of that, and then people realized how insane the manga is and how crazy crap will need to be animated, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So people sort of in a way gave it a pass. And now we're here, and apparently it's going to be made by thingy. What's the? It's like the people who made Jujutsu Kaisen,
Nope. You mean Marpa?
Mappa,
No,
and
no.
somebody in Mappa.
That's
Mappa own these
no.
people.
No. That's not it.
JC Studio.
So season one was made by who did season one?
Oh, JC
So
Staff.
season one was animated by Madhouse, and season two and
Yeah.
three are animated by JC Staff. So it's the same studio as season two, essentially.
Didn't they? JC Staff.
Yeah,
JC Staff did not work on. What was Gigo saying then? I'm so confused.
I have no idea. Well, One Punch Man season three is going to be animated by JC Staff.
No, he was talking about Mappa in that as well, and Jujutsu Kaisen when he was talking about One Punch Man season 3. I'm pretty sure.
I think 2 years ago, there was a rumor that Marpa were going to animate this, and it kind of blew up. But that rumor ended up being false because it was officially confirmed to be JC Staff at the end of 2023.
Interesting. I'll need to go back. I'll need to go back and watch that video
Yeah,
because I can't remember.
but it is indeed
Because the way
JC
he was
Staff.
talking about it, the way he talked about it was they were one and the same, but
Okay.
apparently it's not.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same studio as season two. So yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
but
It's a
what
long wait for the same studio.
I
Jeez.
know, 5 years.
Because it would have made sense for them to just drop it and be like Mappa, because they pick up a lot of animes.
Yeah.
They pick up a lot of dirt from everyone else. So
Yeah, they
I
pick up a lot
thought
of
that made
IPs.
sense.
Yeah, but no, it's not
Yeah.
Mappa. No, that's a rumor. It's officially JC staff. But yeah, what are your other lists? What are your other 5 lists? So One Punch Man, what else you're looking forward to? What's your number 2, essentially? Oh, I think you just got mute.
Oh, sorry.
What's your
Yeah,
num-
with Studio One Piece if it comes out this year.
Oh
100%
yeah,
sure.
I don't know about that.
Uh,
We haven't really gotten any news on that remake. Hopefully, it comes out this year. So the air it alongside a live action. That'd be cool.
yeah, man.
What's your number 3?
I don't know, dude.
Okay.
I genuinely don't know because I don't really watch that much anime.
Oh, fair enough. Well, I'll just do my list and you can see what you think of it. Let me just set it
Yeah,
up.
yeah. I'll see. I'll give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Yeah. Okay, I think I've got my list. So it's a top 8.
Yeah, please.
So there are 8 animes that are scheduled to be released in this year. So number 8, One Punch Man Season 3. I'm looking forward to that. Although I haven't seen Season 1 in many years, so I barely remember what it was all about. But hopefully that will be good.
Fair enough.
Number 7 is Kaiju number 8, Season 2.
Yeah, damn it! I completely forgot about that again, dude.
But yeah, I need to really, really catch up with that show before I get spoiled, before Season 2 comes out. Number 6 is Attack on Titan, The Last Attack movie. Technically, it came out in 2023,
Relax.
but I do want to see that.
That's a thumbs down. That's an instant thumbs down.
Oh, man. I got to see that in the cinemas, dude, because they're going to combine the last 2 episodes and put into the theaters. Got to see that. Can't miss that out.
Okay.
Number 5, My Hero Academia, the final season. Scheduled for a full 2025 release. Number 4, Dan Da Dan Season 2.
Yeah, oh, of course. Yeah, how did I forget? Dude, my memory is ass.
Number 3, it's already ongoing, but Solo Leveling Season 2. That is going to be...
I don't think it's coming out next year, is it?
It's already out, Solo Leveling Season 2.
Yeah, but I thought you meant new anime.
It's technically new, but yeah. It's still...
It's already out, no. It's already out.
No, I mean anime of 2025 that's already coming out. So there are still episodes yet to be released. So technically it's on the list.
That's a thumbs down because it's already out.
All right, fair
We know,
enough.
like, to be confirmed, it's already, you know.
All right, fair enough.
It's you know. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
no.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, number 2 is Demon Slayer, the Part 1 Mugen Train film, which is rumored to be
How do I
released
forget about that?
in September. That's the rumored release date.
Yeah.
And
I think it's going to be a letdown. I don't know why. I feel like the movie's going to be such a letdown.
I mean, it's part 1 of an entire arc, so people are going to
Yep.
feel like it's sort of incomplete. People may not be
Yep.
satisfied with it. It might
Part
be like
one's
a...
always weakest.
It's
Part
going to be
two's
like
the
an
best.
Infinity War situation, where people are going to be like, what's going to happen next? I need to know. Or like Across the Spider-Verse when they ended on that
Yeah, it's going to
cliffhanger.
be horrible. I don't even
Yeah.
feel like watching it no more now after you saying that.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
But number 1 is the Chainsaw Man Resi Arc movie.
Oh, dude, I've forgotten about Chainsaw Man. What
Yeah.
the heck?
This is my most anticipated anime of the year. I cannot wait for this to come out. I loved season 1 so much.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's a thumbs up. I completely forgot about that.
But yeah, that's my list. That's my list. That is my list. So I suppose if you take off AOT the movie and Solo Leveling, which is they are already sort of been released, my top 6 are One Punch Man, Kaiju number 8, My Hero, Wait, that would be top 5, not top 6. Oh, sorry, I got rid of Dandadan. Okay. One Punch Man, Kaiju number 82, My Hero Academia, the final season, Dandadan season 2, Demon Slayer, the movie part 1, Resident Arc movie, Chainsaw Man. Yeah. It's going to be a goated year. Yeah, goated year.
It is going to be good, actually.
Oh, man. Cool.